guys, I'm back with the Wansee Entertainment video. This is called The Thing I Saw That Night, narrated by Unit 522. So let's go, guys.
I am an immigrant from Belarus. English is not my first language, so I apologize if I phrase things differently. Here's some backstory. I was only 11 when my family left the country after the collapse of the Soviet Union. My father was involved with the Communist Party and would frequently visit Moscow when I was a boy. I don't know all the details. I don't even know what exactly my father's role was in the USSR, but from what I understand, we were granted asylum in the United States and had to flee Belarus in 1991. But that's not really why I'm writing this story. This is about something I saw in my childhood that has scarred me for life. This took place roughly a year before we left, so I'm guessing the year was 1990.
Wow.
My family,
Long time ago.
like many others, lived in a massive apartment building in Minsk. There were two other identical apartment buildings adjacent to ours, and directly behind the buildings was a playground area where I would play with my friends Sasha and Victor. Beyond the playground was a section of trees that separated a shopping plaza from the apartment grounds. I remember that my mother was feeling ill and was bedridden, and my father was away on business in Moscow.
Okay.
So I was pretty much on my own that night. I remember that I had gotten bored watching TV
So
in
how old
the
are you?
living
You
room
look really young.
and decided to
You
go
just said as
outside
a
and
kid,
see
right?
if any of my friends were at the playground.
You want to say?
I would say this was
Is there
around
no
8
curtains there?
p.m.
Is there no
and it was
curtains there?
dark out.
Is there no
By
curtains
then,
there?
most of the children were inside, and I don't even think anyone was allowed on the playground at that time, but I didn't care. There was no one around to tell me to go back inside, and I was pretty excited to have the playground all to myself.
Until
It was chilly out that night, but it was not snowing, so I figured that I would play on the slides and swing set until I either got bored or if security came along and told me to go back inside. So there I was, just swinging in the dark, when I heard something near the fence that separated the trees from the playground.
it's some pervert, isn't it?
It was a strange noise,
It could be an animal
like
as
someone
well.
was sawing wood,
Oh,
but there was something just off about it.
I would say
ignored
leave
the
right then and
sound,
there.
But it became louder as time passed, to the point where I became curious as to what was causing
And
this
then you went
strange
to go look?
noise. There were no lights at the playground itself, but there were lights mounted to the back of the apartment buildings that illuminated
creepy.
things just enough to where you could see your surroundings.
It's so
But the
creepy.
trees beyond the fence were pitch black.
That's
I
even more
got off the swing
creepy and
set
stuff. So I'm not
and
good to
approached the edge of the
like
playground.
10 years old. It looks like you're 10.
The sound continued getting louder, even as I got up right to the fence. It wasn't until
And
I
you're all
got
happy?
curious, "Hello?" that the noise ceased. I stood there staring into the dark trees,
Is that not sus to you? I
waiting
mean,
for a
you're 10. What are you
response.
gonna know? But
Of
course I'm not gonna answer you.
Silent. After about another minute passed, I innocently asked, "Why are you chopping down trees in the dark?" I then heard a shuffling from within the trees, and soon I saw a dark figure come into view,
Oh my
but did
God.
not step out from the tree line. What happened next
You're not scared
is
or
something that still makes me want to vomit out my insides. The dark figure then threw something. The object flew over the fence and hit me directly in the chest. I was knocked backwards,
What is that?
more out of surprise than the actual force of the impact. "Hey, why'd you do that?" I shouted. But before I could get another word out, I caught a glimpse of what had been thrown at me.
What is that?
A severed human arm was
Oh
lying
my
on the ground
God.
in front of me.
If I was some kind of
screamed
like
at the
little
top
piece of
my
like shit or
lungs
like little
and ran
shit.
back towards the apartments,
Oh
bawling
my
my eyes
God.
out.
That's
I
what you get for
stormed into
leaving.
our apartment and sat on the living room couch to collect myself. I did think about waking my sick mother and telling her about what happened, but decided against it. To give you some perspective, my mother grew up in Siberia, and she could be quite ruthless at times. Not only would she not be too happy about being woken up, but she most likely wouldn't believe my story.
Baseball
And I
bat.
probably wouldn't be able to sit down for a week if she found out I left the apartment alone after dark.
Right?
So I kept this incident to myself.
Well,
As a
at least you
child,
learned.
I understood that what happened was scary, but I had no grasp of the implications. I thought there was a monster in the woods who ate people who came out after dark. Now that I'm an adult, there are some things that I've come to realize. For our remaining time in Belarus, I never saw or heard any kind of investigation regarding a missing person or a mutilated body being discovered, which is nothing out of the ordinary living in Soviet society. The monster in the woods, hiding in the trees that night, was most likely a sadistic madman, dismembering a human body with a hacksaw. There is one more thing that I should mention.
What?
For the rest of the time that we lived there, I cannot for the life of me recall ever seeing my friend Sasha again after that night.
Oh my god, you probably just saw your friend get killed. You literally just saw your friend get killed. And her arm was thrown at you. Her arm was thrown at you. Like her friend's arm was thrown at you, so good job there. Okay, well obviously I can't really blame him too much because he is a kid. I don't know how old exactly, but a kid. And obviously if you want to go outside at nighttime, you're just going to go outside. You're not really going to think much of it. You're not really going to have your red flag sensors working that well. So I guess I can't really blame you too much. But like, I don't know. He seemed to know what he was doing in a sense. Kind of like, you know, curious, whatever, like normal, typical kid. But also kind of like, once you have like a little bit of red flag senses, like, I don't know. I obviously can't really judge because when I was 11, again, I went to my neighbor's house and I didn't even know her. I saw someone walking the dog and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go into your house. No red flag senses at all. I'm like, I don't care. I'm just gonna see what happens. If I die, I die. That's it. Apparently that was my thought process. Of course, my parents weren't too happy about that. They're like, you could have gotten killed, and I was like, yeah, oh well. I mean, I guess that's what I said. I don't know. But kids are obviously not stupid. They just don't understand yet. They just don't know yet. I'm not gonna say they're stupid because they're a kid. They don't know yet, right? But it definitely can be dangerous because you just never know, right? 1 second. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, not too bad. But yeah, so that's basically all I really have to say there. But just be careful and be aware of your surroundings. I don't care how old you are, 100 or 1. Just be very careful what you're doing. Try to be aware of what's going on. If you see any red flags, just go, get away from the area, report it, get away, you know, just do anything you can. Just get the fuck out of there. Sorry, get the F out of there. I'm trying to swear less, which I am. I definitely can tell I'm swearing less, but it's still is a little bit hard, so just bear with me. And hopefully we'll get there eventually. But if there's some stupid people that come up and then they're like really stupid, I'm probably gonna have to swear. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. But that's going to be it for this video. Please be sure to subscribe if you're new. Be sure to like this video. And that's going to be it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.